Hello everyone, welcome to Static GK quiz number 49. This video is aimed to help you with your central and state government job examinations. I'm Ritrisha from GKToday and I'll be taking you through this. What is the number of schedules in Constitution of India? Schedules are lists in Constitution of India that categorizes and tabulates bureaucratic activities and policy of the government. Indian Constitution had originally 8 schedules. 9th schedule was added via First Amendment Act. 10th schedule was added via 35th Amendment Act, which made Sikkim an associate state. Once Sikkim became a state of India, the 10th schedule was repealed but later added once again by 52nd Amendment Act, 1985, in context with the anti-defection law. 11th schedule was added by 73rd Amendment and has list of subjects under the Panchayat Raj institution or rural local government. 12th schedule was added by 74th Amendment and enlists the subjects under municipalities or urban local government. So the correct answer is 12. As you can see in the picture, it mentions the first 12 schedules and what it contains. You can take a screenshot if you wish. It will help you in your preparation. In which year the Citizenship Act was passed? Constitution of India did not codify permanent laws for citizenship and put this onus on Parliament. Using the powers of Article 10 and 11, the Parliament enacted Citizenship Act 1955, which has been amended from time to time. This act mentions 4 ways in which a person may be an Indian citizen, that is, by birth, by descent, by registration and by naturalization. Citizenship by birth and descent are called natural citizens. Which among the following articles of Constitution of India abolishes untouchability? Abolition of untouchability has been included among fundamental rights under Article 17. This is one of the few fundamental rights available against individuals. To make untouchability law further strong, Parliament passed Untouchability Offences Act in 1955, which came into force on 1st June 1955. This act was further amended and renamed in 1976 as Protection of Civil Rights Act 1955. Which among the following articles speaks about impeachment of the President of India? As per Article 61, President of India can be impeached on ground of violation of the Constitution. However, what amounts to violation of the Constitution has not been defined. The process of impeachment can begin in any of the houses, whether Lok Sabha or Rajya Sabha, and the charges of impeachment should be signed by 1/4 members of the House, in which the process begins, and a notice of 14 days should be given to the President. The impeachment bill has to be passed by a majority of not less than 2/3 of the total membership of the House. Once passed in that House, the bill reaches to another House which shall investigate the charges. President has the right to appear and be represented in case of such investigations. If the other House also sustains those charges, then it would again need to pass the bill by special majority, that is 2/3 of the House, and thus President stands removed from office on which the bill is passed in the other House. Since it is a bill for removal of President himself, no presidential assent is needed here. Which among the following articles defines the money bill? Only those financial bills which contain provisions exclusively on matters listed in Article 110 of the Constitution are called money bills. The Indian Constitution has adopted Parliamentary System of Constitution from which among the following countries? The correct answer is UK. As a former British colony, it was indeed easier to move to a system we were already familiar with. Which among the following is the correct age of retirement of Judge of Supreme Court? The current age of retirement for Supreme Court judges is 65 years, while for High Court judges it is 62 years. What appoints ad hoc judges of the Supreme Court? Ad hoc judges can be appointed in the Supreme Court by the Chief Justice of India with prior consent of the President, if there is no quorum of judges available to hold and continue the session of the court. Only the persons who are qualified as to be appointed as Judge of the Supreme Court can be appointed as ad hoc Judge of the Supreme Court. Article 127 mentions this. Further, as per provisions of Article 128, Chief Justice of India, with the previous consent of the President, requests a retired Judge of the Supreme Court or High Court who is duly qualified for appointment as a Judge of the Supreme Court to sit and act as a Judge of this court. The salary and allowance of such a judge is decided by the President. The retired judge who sits in such a session of the Supreme Court has all the jurisdiction, powers and privileges of the judges but not deemed to be a judge. Which of the following is or are permanent houses? 1. Legislative Council, 2. Upper House of Parliament, 3. Municipal Council. So the correct answer is Legislative Council and Upper House of Parliament. Legislative Council is the upper house of the state legislature in India. These are permanent houses as every 2 years, 1/3 of the total number of members retire in rotation and the house is not dissolved. Upper House of Parliament or Rajya Sabha is also a permanent house and is never dissolved. Its 2/3 members retire every 2 years. Municipal councils are not permanent. They are constituted after local body elections. The Town Planning Committee comes under which among the following parts of Constitution of India? The correct answer is Part 9A, which deals with municipalities and their functioning. That's all for today's quiz. Until the next video, goodbye.